Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 2, text number 12. Krishna says here, Natve Vaham Jadu Nasham, Natvam Neme Janadiva, Na Chaivana Bhavishyama, Sarve Vayam Adaha Param. There was no time when I did not exist, nor you, any of these kings, or in the future, any of us going to be destroyed. That means we were always existing in all dimension of time. In the material world, the time is divided to past, present, and future. In the spiritual world, there is no past, there is no future, there is only present. So most of the people think that we want to live in present life. But no, the future is going to fructify to present. But that is not the case in the spiritual world because there is no time. Time doesn't exist. Time influences the body. Time doesn't influence the soul. In the spiritual world, all are souls with their spiritual body. So therefore, the time does not influence on their bodies. But here, yes. Therefore, we change our bodies. The time changes everything. So here Krishna is telling that in the past we lived, in the present also we are living, in the future also we are living. So we all are conscious beings. Therefore, in the Kathopanishads, it is said, Nityo Nityanam. Krishna is eternal and plural is Nityanam. We are also eternal. We are all plural. We are many, but God is one. So, Nitya means single person, individual person is God. And Nityanam means we are all plural. So, Nitya Nityanam, Chedanas Chedananam. He is full of conscious, and the conscious beings that we, living entities, are also conscious. But the plural also conscious, singular also conscious, singular also eternal, plural also eternal. But what is the difference? The difference is Eko Bahunamya Vidadadi Kaman. But this singular individual personality, the Supreme Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, maintains everyone, fulfill everyone's desires. Therefore, Eko Bahunam, this one person, Bahunam means so many, Vidadadi Kama, fulfills their desires. Most of the time, our desires get fulfilled. It's not because of our endeavor. Our endeavor has to be there, but the sanction of the Nitya, right, that single person has to be there. Eko, Nitya, Chetana, single. Personality has to approve that. Then only we get it. But when we get it, we give the credit to our endeavor. I worked so hard, right? It is my father's property. He has worked so hard. It is my mother's blessings. She worked so hard to raise me into this position. So we more often think like that and wanted to be convinced like that. But here, endeavor is actually there. But ultimately, the Supreme Lord does not permit, we don't get it. And that also can be realized that we are keep endeavoring for one thing, but it's not happening. It is not happening. Why? Because it is not approved by the Lord. Or maybe there is no uniformity that what we were thinking that we are going to do. But when we get it, we change our mind. It's like politicians. So that Krishna doesn't want. And Krishna knew that in advance. So this individuality of ours and Krishna's always exists. And Krishna is the full spirit. Because in the body of Krishna there is no material element. In our body we have all material elements. There is a difference between these two things. The soul is a substance, body is combination of material elements. So just like water and oil, if you put it in a bottle, you can actually see they are always different, separate. It doesn't mix. Doesn't matter how much oil you actually put in the water, it always stays separately. Like that, we living beings, we are in this body, like oil and water is staying together. Apparently staying together, but it is not. The soul is always a different person. It's not mixing with the body. So there is a concept of Advaita. That Advaita means that the quality ways that we are one with God, not in quantity. God is also spirit soul, but full spirit soul. We are also spirit soul, but we have a material body. But he has no material body. Advaita means one who has having a body that is not different from soul, right? That is full spirit, which is God himself. So that is called Advaitam. That is what yesterday I said. Deha dehi vibhagoyam. God and his body, there is no difference. Why? Because he does not change the body, he remembers everything. Because we change our body, we forget everything. But the body that we have, two bodies. One is a gross body, the another one is the subtle body. The subtle body we don't actually change at all, which is consists of mind, intelligence, and ego. So more often that we get those past thoughts, but we will not know that, or we are not aware about it, that how these things has never happened in my life. Why these thoughts are coming? Sometimes demoniac, sometimes animal consciousness, sometimes Dhanava consciousness, sometimes Rakshasa consciousness. All these things come sometimes. Very bad, also good. You would not understand why and where is it coming from. Because we had gone through all these lives. So therefore, everything is in the subconscious state of mind. Why? Because we haven't changed the mind yet. The mind is the same. The intellect is also the same. The ego is also the same. So therefore, though body has changed, we may be acting according to the body we obtained, but we think sometimes about the past. Many times the dream brings up different things, all because of these incidents happen sometimes in some life. Sometimes you see yourself as a tiger. Sometimes you are attacked by ghost or rakshasas or enemy, or somebody is shooting you, somebody is killing you, someone you are killing. All these things are actually happening. Sometimes you see dog, sometimes you see cat. So the subtle body we have, which was used in the past, therefore this subtle body goes on from one body to body to body. We only change the external dress. So Krishna is telling here, because of these changes, we do not remember. That does not mean that we didn't exist in the past. We were always there. But there are a class of philosophers, they do not believe these things. They do not even think that there is a life after the death. Therefore, this human form is very rarely obtained. Let me enjoy. What is the enjoyment? Drink, eat meat, have sex, and have as much security as possible, having bank balance, mansions, cars. Let me enjoy as much as possible, because we never know what is the future going to be. So in this way, this is called what? hedonism. So we want to actually enjoy life. That may be, but because I'm not going to exist in the future, I should enjoy. That is erroneous. That is a mistake. You can enjoy, but according to the karma, you're going to get another body. Krishna is not going to say that you don't enjoy. He's not selfish. That you say that Krishna is enjoying like anything and he's not allowing me to enjoy. Yes, he is allowing you to enjoy with him. Just like a father's opulences has to be enjoyed with father. Because we haven't created anything in this world. Everything is created by God. Everything is given by God. Everything is the property of God. So therefore, God wants us to enjoy with him. Sometimes Thanksgiving program, right? There is a program called Thanksgiving once again. So all these family members come together on that weekend and sit on a table. But what they eat? Turkey is a bird. They bake it and some salt and pepper and put it on the center of the table, and everyone take their share and eat meat and drink wine, vodka or red wine or white wine. And in this way, they start abusing their own body. They think that we want to enjoy with our family. What they enjoy is the filthy things. That is a different thing. So this tendency is always there in the subconscious state of mind that we want to enjoy along with the family. So it is in original form existed, when we were really conscious about that we are the children of God. That time also we had that. We want to enjoy with our eternal mom, Srimati Radharani, and eternal dad, so Lord Sri Krishna. So in this way, it all were there. So it's not actually something new. Any relationship, whether it's a servitorship or friendship or parental or conjugal or neutrality, right? You go with somebody, you're very neutral with that person, not attached, not detached. All these relationships were there. Therefore, we have that with God. So that is what I meant by it. Now we have forgotten that relationships with God. So that relationships we have extended to different members of the society here in the form of children, mother, father, relatives, community, society. In this way, we scattered or expanded our love to different members. Originally, that love is actually with God. Why? Because we are coming from God. Just like a son acts like a father. Right? Why? Because father is the seed-giving personality. Therefore, he has some character of father. So we may have these kinds of enjoying tendency and various qualities just because we are part and parcels of God, and in God all these qualities are there. So therefore, we also import that when we go to different lives, especially human form of life, which is more evolved, and we can see what we are doing. Other species of life, they may not be aware, all that they just run here and there for some food and eat and go to sleep. And if they have some mate, they do mating and reproduces. Now all these things are actually there. But human forms being evolved, we can actually think about the future, our relationship, where we have come from, what we are doing here. It's the same thing. This past, present, future, we can actually understand. We always exist in all these dimension of time. See, in this way, we are eternally exist. But one thing we have to understand, we are not all one. It's not the soul is having uniformity. All souls are similar, but they are all individual personalities. In other words, the word used is homogeneous and heterogeneous. Homogeneous means that uniformity. Everyone is actually the same because of we are in illusion, we are acting differently. In one sense, this uniformity is that we are eternally servant of God. That uniformity is there, that we are all eternally servant of God. But seeing God is not that everyone has the same relationship with God. Someone may have servitorship, someone may actually think God is there, is very neutral, but he is not hating the Lord. He always goes to the temple, stand in the back, appreciate all those things. The servitorship personality serve the Lord. The friendship fellow who has developed a kind of relationship in friendship, he deal with Krishna like that. Parental, the mother and father thinks that Krishna is my child, and they fond him, love him, care him in that way. And there are also conjugal lovers like the gopis and then the wives of Dwaraka. They all love Krishna that way. So we all have that kind of relationship. So in that connection, our uniformity is actually different. Therefore, unity in diversity in unity, yes. So these things that we have to actually learn. We are all souls, eternally servant of Krishna. Our Swarupa is that we are servant of the Supreme Lord, the product of the Supreme Lord. So therefore we have that quality of God, the enjoying mood and serving mood, and all these things are there because all these things are eternally incomplete, exist in God. But we are not one soul divided into so many pieces. It's not like a paper, shed the paper into hundreds of forms, or pieces, and think now there is no original paper. It's not that because God divided himself that God's original form does not exist anymore. That is not the truth, because he is a complete person. Whoever actually comes from him, he still remains as a complete. Therefore, Ishopanishad's verse is very important here. Om Purnamada, Om Purnamidam, Purna Purnamudachyate. He is a complete person. There, here, whatever comes from him, whatever dedicate for his service, everything remains complete. Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashisa, and still he remains complete. That is the meaning of that complete whole. He can create still zillions and zillions of souls from his body. He can. Not only what you are actually seeing, the number of souls, amazing, but still Krishna can produce more universes. Universes are actually accommodation for living entity. So more living entities. He is endless. So that endless is a singular person, and we are all the plural person. We may have materially higher and lower positions and all. That anyway does not differentiate your soul, and all of you are being a soul. No. The material position is just for a service purpose. You may actually take higher responsibility, lower responsibility. That does not mean those who have taken lower responsibility is a lower soul. No. All souls are actually the same, servant of God. And therefore our duty is to serve the Lord. So the individuality eternally exists. It never merges. Even matter, if you take a painting, right, you zoom it, you can see individual colors. The waters are drops of waters. Even the matter, Jada Shakti, is not homogeneous. It is also opposite, heterogeneous. So This is the understanding. So even matter is not actually together. How can it be a spirit soul? So spirit soul also cannot be homogeneous, as much as the matter is not. For example, if you see an ocean, vast ocean is all one, single, right? Ocean. You are seeing single ocean. We can see that the entire body of water, 7 oceans are actually one. So we think that everything is one, but it is not everything is one. Why? Because within the water there are 900,000 of aquatics. They are all individuals. Even though externally you see that things are actually all same, one and the same, everything is one, but it is not one. It's seemingly one, but it is not. For example, 2 children born from a mother, right? But they are 2 different guys. They act differently, their qualities are different, their tastes are different, their education is different. That actually shows that we are individual beings, not the same souls having the same quality. The qualities are actually different. In other words, their tastes are different. So therefore, we understand that the spirit soul is eternal. We eternally existed, and we are existing, and we also will exist. And Krishna would tell from next verse onwards also what is this when it came to exist and what it is doing here. So now it is very clear, we never die, only this body dies. We are always eternal. We live in the future also. Not that one time we enjoy and die and we are finished. Therefore, you go and commit all these crimes. No. So, thank you very much. We will continue. Hare Krishna.